So we are going to explain how to create multiple flavor or schema in our React Native Android application. So in this lecture, we are going to explain how to create dev build, QA build, production build. These three type of flavor we are going to create. So first of all, what we have done, we have created a project in our desktop. You can see for creating a React Native project, you have to use the command npx react native init Flavours. So this is the project which I have created in my desktop. Now I am going to open this project in my VS Code. Open this project, Flavours. So the project I can see in project in my VS Code. Now the next thing what we are going to do, we are going to install React Native config, which we'll be using for different env file. So first of all, what we are going to do, we are going to install React Native config library. So you can just add this library in the project. Go to the project, Flavours, and add React Native config. So using React Native config, we can create multiple env files. So we are going to create multiple env file using React Native config. So React Native config is installed. Now what we are going to do, we are going to add the setup for env config file. For that one, first of all, we need to copy this one. Go to Android app build.gradle. Here you can see one apply. Just add this apply, but after apply, add this line. So we have added. Now the next thing is what we need. We can just build the application once more. Before that one, we can just add env files. So I'm going to add 3 env file. Sorry, not in the project. We can just add inside the, yes, here .env file. I'm going to add. Here what I'm going to do, node env, I'm just adding env dev for now. Now the next flavor which we are going to add is env production. So we can just add env prod. So here what is the node env? It is production. So we will be using this env file for production. Now the next thing is here we are going to add QA file. So env QA. So this env file we will be using for QA testing process. So we can just add that one to QA. Now the last thing which we are going to add, env dev. So this will be this env file we will be using for development. So we have 3 env file, dev, production, QA. So we can just add that one to env dev. Sorry, yeah, env dev for env dev, env production for env productions, yes, env QA for env QA. Now we can just build the application once more. Before that, we can just remove the old code by default created by React Native. So we can just remove this one. We can also remove this one and make this app as a simple functional component. Yes. Now what we can do, we can just remove all this thing. View, style, flex equal to 1, align item center, align item center, justify, content center. You can just add a text here, sample. Okay, now we can just add this container here, container, remove this all thing. We can just copy all this styling to this style. Yes, add a background color red. We can remove all other styles. We can just refer that style to here, styles dot container. Now we can just rebuild the application once more, npm run android. So it will reinstall the application once more. We can just remove all others build which I have already created before. So I'm just going to uninstall this one. Yes. So the application is building once more because we have installed a native library React Native config. So we are going to install the application once more. Yes. Now you can see env file is reading from .env file. So if you just import the config here, import config and just simply try to print that one, you will see the whatever the value in .env we can see. So we can just print node env here, env code. Yes. Now let's wait for a moment. Let the application to be complete. Here you can see reading env from .env file. We didn't do any other configuration rather than adding just env file. So that's why it's reading from env file. Now what we are going to do here, in every build, if I am building QA, it should read from .env.qa. If I am building production one, it should read from .env.production. Now if we are building a dev one, it should read from .env.dev. Yes, the application is running. Here you can see it's printing dev because .env file have dev value. Now we need to replace it with .env production, .env qa and .env dev according to our product flavor. So for that one, we are going to add some more configuration in Android folder. Okay. Android folder, inside and open the build.gradle. Here we are going to place our env file according to our qfix. For that one, what you can do, just copy this one, paste it here. So remove this plus button. So here I am going to remove all these flavors. Just I am adding dev is equal to .env.dev. Now for production, I need to select production .env.production, and for QA I need to select .env.qa file. So this will replace our env file according to our build flavors. So we need to add this before our apply here. Now the next thing what we have to do is we have to add different flavors, right? So for that one, what we have to do, copy this flavor dimension and add in Android section. So we can just go here Android section. After default config, you can just add our flavors dimension equal to default. Now we are going to add different product flavors. So copy this whole thing from here to here. Now we need to change according to our package name. So package name we can just get it from here, com.flavors. This is our package name. We need to replace according to our package name. For dev we can just add com.flavors.dev. We also need to add it here. Now production, we don't want any suffix, so that we can just add com.flavors. Now for the QA we need to add com.flavors.qa. Here also you need to replace. Yes, so we have added flavor dimensions, product flavors, and the env file configuration just before the apply button. Okay. Now the next thing, if you need add different name, so what you have to do, here you can see the instructions. Go to the app src folder. I am going to add different name for each build. So here app src, here you can see debug and main. Okay, so here what I am going to do, I am going to add one more folder qa. Now inside qa I am going to add one more folder resources. You can see the structure if you want resource. Now what we need is values, right? So here resources, inside resources I am going to add one more folder values. So inside this values I am going to add one more file, strings.xml. So this strings.xml file will override the existing file. Okay, so we need to add different name for different build. So for QA we need to add here is the build actual build name, so we can just add flavors.qa. Now for the same for production and development, so we have added for production, sorry, qa. Now we are going to add for production, so production file. Here I am going to add one more folder, resource. So inside resource, values, and inside this one I can add one more file, strings dot xml, right? So copy all this from here to here. We don't want any extension suffix in the production file. Now for qa, the same thing we will repeat. So we have created production qa. Now we need dev, so we can just create one more file, dev resource. Inside resource there will be one more file, values. Here I am going to add one more file, strings dot xml. Okay, so we have created one file. So now what we are going to do, inside string dot xml we are going to add dev. Clear? So we have created different name. So if you want to create different images, if you want to replace with different images, just like main file, you can add another drawable files, and you can just add style.xml files here. Okay, so for now I am just adding or just appending name only. Now what we are going to do, we are going to build qa build. Okay, so for that one, what you have to do, just copy this command and we can just build the application once more. Npix react native dev run android variant is equal to dev debug, and the suffix is dev. So we can just type this command. Let's see. So it will be installing the project. Now you can see it is reading env from .env.dev, because we have added the configuration. If the app suffix is dev, it should read from env.dnv dev, right? So here you can see the values are reading from .env.dev, right? Now we can just minimize the application. So we have already flavors is created. Now we can just wait to build complete. Yes, there is one error is coming, so we can just build the application once more. Here you can see it is reading env file from .env.dev, because we are building dev debug and the suffix is dev. Let's wait for a moment. Now the application build is process completed. Yes, you can see dev. Now if you minimize this, if you just minimize this, and here you can see flavors and flavors dev build, right? So we have appended a suffix dev. It is reading the dev files. If you look into the .env dot, you can see the dev here. Now I am going to build production one. So here what we need to do, here I am going to change the variant into production debug. So I don't want to append any suffix. If you just click that one, you can see it will building production debug. Now we can just wait for a moment. See here you can see env file is reading from .env production. So it is reading production env files. Now if you look into the appendix, you can see it will only show flavors because we didn't added any suffix into production file. You can just wait. Yes, it's installing. Now the build is opening. Here you can see the value is production, right? Because it is reading from the .env production file. I am just going to change the color into style color equal to, we can just give white for now so we can easily understand. See the production. Now what I am going to do, I need to build QA build, right? So we can just go here. I'm just changing app ID suffix into QA, and here before dev I'm just changing into QA debug. So if I just click button, it will create QA build. Now we can just wait for a moment. Now you can see that reading env from .env.qa. So it is reading the value from .envqa, this env file. So this is a QA build. Now you can see the suffix also we have added QA. Now let's wait for a moment. Yes, the build is installed. Here you can see com.flavors. The package name itself changed com.flavors.qa. Now if you just wait to compile, you can see yes, it's reading QA because env.qa node env value is QA. It is reading from QA value. Now if you minimize the application once, you can see the build is created flavors.qa. So this is a QA build, this is a dev build, this is a production build. So we have created 3 flavors using the same different env file in Android configuration. Clear? Okay, so we can jump into the next. Now we have created dev build and debug build, right? We have created debug build, we have created production debug, dev debug, QA debug. Now if you want to create release build, so what you have to do, go to CD Android folder. If I am looking for release, so what you have to do, gradle assemble dev, and then the type of release, right? It will create a dev release. Now if I am looking for QA build, so what you have to do, assemble QA release. So it will create a QA APK, QA release APK. Now if I am looking for a production one, so what you have to do, the command will be gradle assemble production release. So you have to change the flavor, you have to add the flavors here and the build type, like this product flavor and build type. As we are creating dev build, you should add dev and the build type will be release. Clear? So we can jump into the next lecture.